Hi guys, this is Master Jo Ching with you. So in today's video, I'm going to discuss about 7 things to avoid in Lunar 7th month, or otherwise also known as the Hungry Ghost Festival. So for this year 2021, the so-called 7th lunar month will actually begin on 8th of August and it will actually end on 6th of September. So it is believed that during this 1 month, the good brothers, that's how we address them in Singapore, in the Chinese community, the 好兄弟 will actually come to this human world, okay, during this period of time. So actually a lot of people will start to get a bit apprehensive, get a bit worried, and there are a lot of taboos also associated with the Lunar 7th month, the do's and the don'ts. So let me just carry on. I know some of you are actually more susceptible to seeing ghosts or sensing their presence. In fact, I have just met one lady client yesterday. She told me that she can often hear a sound or something talking, and she knows that it is not really human, but somehow she can't see. Okay. In fact, I have a lady cousin, that was born with yin-yang eyes. So she told me that Lunar 7th month is often more crowded. In fact, she is able to differentiate between them and normal people. And they actually exist everywhere. Even before the Lunar 7th month kick in, sometimes she probably chanced upon them in MRT station, at a car park, on top of a vehicle, etc., etc. So we actually are always constantly in coexistence with them. Okay, so, but for her, she told me that when Lunar 7th month come, she feels more crowded. Okay, and in fact, I checked her 八字 before, and with that, I actually produced a video last year. And the title is "What is in your 八字 to see ghosts?" So there are actually certain elements, certain 10 gods, certain position of the 5 elements in your chart. Okay, especially the earthly branches that allow you to be able to see or feel their presence. And people with this type of element in their chart, sometimes they are also very inclined towards the study of mystical and metaphysical sciences. Alright, so I'm going to put the link somewhere on top here. Okay, so please click on the link and take a look at the video. Now, allow me to begin with the number 1 things not to do, based on basically my experience and what I gather from my friends and my students. I know there are many things that are being seen as taboo or not to do, during Lunar 7th month. But a lot of them are actually sometimes, to me, not very accurate. And people sometimes get a bit over worried, over apprehensive over this kind of trivial things. Nevertheless, these 7 things, I believe, are pretty real based on even my personal experience. To begin, number 1, I actually have experienced before during my university day. It is, if possible, try to avoid walking alone at night, especially during the Hungry Ghost Festival. Why? Because sometimes you never know that you are actually running a down luck. You are feeling depressed, you are feeling very lethargic. So the good brother, okay, may actually follow you home. So this is actually what happened to me. During my uni 2nd year, if I'm not wrong, okay, the thing actually followed me. I can't see it, but I can hear it because the thing was actually walking along my corridor. So when I was younger, I actually stayed in those 3-room HDB flat that has those corridors. So I can hear certain sound, but I know it's not from human. And the thing is just outside my window where I sleep. You know, in HDB we have those very old types of houses. I was staying in Bedok area, and there's this louvered windows. Okay, that is that I can see. I have the urge and desire to actually to stand up from my bed because I was sleeping halfway during the night time. So I actually have the urge, but then I also have the fear. In the end, I just went back to sleep, and I told my mom. My mom brought me to a temple, and later on, the so-called the master there actually helped me by giving me some talisman. Okay, so to ward them off lah. But basically, these good brothers, they are actually looking for food. You know, some of them are looking for clothings. So you may have to burn something and give them some offerings to invite them away. Number 2, avoid going to hospitals, because some people actually say that hospital is treading between the line of yin and the yang, because you see people sometimes when they are alive and the next moment they become dead. So in Chinese they say 穿梭阴阳界. So it's a relatively yin place. Likewise for funeral wake as well as cemetery. Okay, so because it's very likely that you will chance upon them, since these are very yin places, and if you accidentally so-called brush against them, you may fall sick. So just try to avoid if you can. If you have to go, then later on towards the end of my presentation, I'll give you a couple of solutions. Number 3, try to avoid bringing home any item from unknown source, because this is another real case. I have this client, the son was, I think it's only primary 1, so went out, shopping, and then saw something like that is quite nice and brought it home. It could be a toy. And who knows, after that, the son start to fall sick and start to look funny, behave also in a very weird way. It's a bit abnormal, to be frank. So later on, my client actually brought the son to see a medium in a temple, and therefore from there they found out that it was something that come and disturbed the son and caused the son to fall sick, to behave abnormally. It is due to something that he picked up from the street and he brought back. Okay, sometimes it could be umbrella. Most of the time, such thing likes to also cling on to umbrella, or sometimes it may be also on a bicycle, on an old toy, on a soft toy. So try not to bring that back. Even if it's a gift from a friend, you have to be a bit careful. Number 4, avoid going to park or forest. And I have heard many stories about this, especially during the night time during this season, because these are their favorite haunt. Just last month, my nephew, who is primary 3, on a Saturday evening, went out with the family to MacRitchie Reservoir. Yes, I remember MacRitchie Reservoir Park for a run, and hiking. And the very next day, the son actually woke up at about 6+ a.m. and saw something standing right at the kitchen area. Okay, so he was of course frightened, and I quickly ran to the room and told the mom. The mom was also frightened, and later on I actually did a divination for them. Okay, it seems that this thing actually followed him back, because these are their favorite places that they will usually go to. So forested area in Singapore, we have those park, reservoir, so all these probably are their favorite haunts. So if you want to go there, you have to be careful. If if possible, try not to go during the Lunar 7th month, especially beaches too. So there are a lot of stories about if you go there, go to the beach to swim, there could be water ghosts, so-called, and they are looking for substitute. So be very, very mindful about this. Number 5, do not walk over offerings or burning joss sticks or incense paper, especially when they are, burning. During Lunar 7th month, we will usually do it, okay, to pay our respect to the good brothers, okay. And if you actually walk over it or accidentally step on it or kick it, worst case scenario, probably a little child doesn't know anything and go and pee on it, you are going to get into trouble because you are disturbing them when they are grabbing their food. So imagine their hands stick out, want to take the food, you go and step on it, walk over them, you will imagine how pissed they will get. And of course, eventually they may just come and disturb you. Alright, so just step aside. Don't go and deliberately, go and kick or even take the food away. Number 6. I know this is something that a lot of people like to do. But, you see, because my Taoist, our company has a Taoist, alright, has advised us against doing this. People like to sprinkle salt and rice when they are mixed together at their new place for cleansing purpose, of course, for cleansing purpose. However, okay, rice and salt will injure them. If you accidentally injure them, they are going to come after you. They're not going to be very happy. Okay, so actually it is not necessary to sprinkle all these things to cleanse the place, including talisman water. Of course, if you have to do it for whatever reason, you can say, excuse me first. Just mention that I'm going to throw this thing. Please excuse me. I don't want to injure you. I just want to cleanse the house. Please remember to do this so that they can walk away and you can start to do your cleansing ritual. Okay. Otherwise, if you just anyhow sprinkle the mixture of rice and salt, you are going to injure them. So please be mindful. We want to live in harmony with them. We do not want to offend them. Number 7, the last one. Avoid places where people got killed. So don't try to be a hero. Some people just like to go for those, it's quite fun sometimes, paranormal excursion with your friend, you like to visit haunted places. You like to visit places where people got killed or people committed suicide. Because chances are, 冤魂不散 in Chinese we say the spirits, because of all this kind of unnatural death, their soul and spirits could possibly be still lingering around that area. Places where they got killed by car or by hanging themselves. So in Singapore, there are of course some famous places. You can go and Google to find out more. And one of the so-called places that I've been to take a look because of a lot of urban legend is this place at Taman Jurong, known as the Diamond in the Sky. Wow, can you see that this thing even look like a coffin? Can you believe it? And it is, I was told that a lot of people actually committed suicide in these HDB flats. Alright, they actually jump down or they hang themselves. Okay, so it's a very yin area. Currently, it is, the government actually converted it into a rental flats. Okay, if you want, you can go to Taman Jurong, go and Google for Diamond in the Sky. Okay, HDB flat, then the location will come up. So as mentioned, the souls will still be lingering in those areas, and in fact, some could be looking for a substitute. And if your luck is no good, you are going to get it. Now, so is there any solution or not? If no choice, you have to visit those areas during the Lunar 7th month. Of course, since young, we were told, if possible, you should always carry a talisman with you, or any Buddha pendant, or blessed pendant, or your a cross with you, to, in a way, at least protect yourself. Otherwise, if you have to visit a hospital or a funeral wake, when you go home, please bathe yourself with these pomegranate leaves, like this one in the picture here. 石榴花, you know, they call it. Of course, it's not very nice to go and pluck from other people's 石榴花, the plant. If you can always buy one and place at your home. So it is believed that if you bathe with this type of leaf, it will actually remove bad vibes from your body. Otherwise, go for sea salt. Okay, sea salt. Bathe yourself with sea salt is also good to remove whatever negative energy, or to cleanse yourself. If the case become more serious, for example, you really offend the good brother and the good brother follow you home, then I will advise you to seek professional advice, solution from Taoists or your own maybe master, Ghostbuster, for more severe cases. Okay, I believe they will have some solution to help you. So these are the tips that I have for you, and if you're interested, you can stay tuned for my next video, the 7 things that you can do in Lunar 7 month. Because there are a lot of taboos around. For example, can I buy a car? Can I buy a house? Can I move in? Can I do renovation? So many things. Can I even cut my hair? Etc. etc. So I'm going to mention these 7 things, or even more, that you can do in Lunar 7 month. Okay, if you like my video, please help me to click on the subscribe button so that you can be informed every time I upload new videos for you. Thank you very much. You can also visit our website, masterfengshui.com, or email me or my consultants whenever you have any queries. Okay, so you can also come to my Facebook and subscribe to my Facebook, because I always post a lot of feng shui tips, 奇门遁甲 tips, 八字 tips, 面相 tips on my Facebook fan page. So thank you very much for watching this. Okay, so to the topic that I covered today belongs to the folklore, the customary part of things. Okay, they don't actually fall under the science of feng shui. But because nowadays people tend to mix them up, okay, as a layman, I believe that you also not sure. So that's the purpose of why I also come up with some of this video. Okay, if there's any way that I can help you, to advise you, to educate you, I will do my very best. Okay, so thank you and have a good day.